So, I'm here at a undisclosed quarry location that a rockhounding buddy of mine let me know about. And it's somewhere in Quebec is all I'll say. I'm up here for a bit of work, and this was my day off, and this was close by to where I was staying at, so I decided to, decided to come and visit this spot. And so what can you find at this spot? Well, you can find magnetite and pyrite are the two things that you can find. So, and then there's a bunch of interesting, like glacial till kind of material. But I'll show you some of the examples. So, with the magnetite, you can mainly find it. Let's find one of the specimens that has a larger magnetite crystal on it to show you guys. I did have one somewhere. Here we go. This one's got a big one right there. It's a bit of the tip of the diamond-shaped magnetite is missing, but you can see that this magnetite is found in like green schist. Here's a larger piece with a whole bunch of small ones, so probably just keep it as is and take it home, and it'll be a nice little display piece. And then the pyrite is found in a kind of a grayer schist, and you can see here's an example with some broken pyrite crystals. Here's a piece with a smaller intact pyrite crystal. I'll probably try and take some bits off of this one, but I'll probably take that one home. And then here's a larger chunk where you can see a whole crystal right there. So that's what you're looking for at this location. Sorry, this spot seems to be pretty popular with dirt bikers, so sorry about the noise. But you can see green schist and gray schist. That's the stuff that will contain the minerals. I'm looking at a couple of these larger boulders of the mica schist that the kind of the pyrite and the magnetite are in. Oh, I might as well show you. Found another specimen. This one's pretty nice. It's got some good crystals on there. Some decent sized ones. There's a larger one on the back there. A lot of these seem to be pretty undamaged, so that'll be coming home with me. I found an interesting glacial till rock, some kind of quartz with some interesting green inclusions. I thought that'd be interesting to take home and cut up on this table saw maybe. I'll think about it. But this one's pretty cool. You can see where the larger cubes of pyrite have been in this one. And this mica schist. And so this is just a very compact mica schist with quartz veins running through it, and then you've got your magnetites and your pyrites running in it. Some of it's, you can see here, there's some veins of pyrite. You can see the iron oxidization, and then some of it's actually mineralized and in cubic form, and then the magnetite is in its diamond shape, which, what is the technical term for that? I forget. I'll post the technical name for the magnetite crystal structure in the top. So here's another interesting kind of it's almost like gneiss basically, because it's just like well, it's not gneiss, but because it's missing feldspar, but it's another schist, mica schist with quartz veins in it, and this one seems to have some pyrite stuff in it. We've got some cubes over here, you can see, and actually I was kind of picking around nearby. The two really interesting things I found are these chunks of rock that seem to have a bit of like kind of like a serpentine or serpentine-like mineral. You can really see there at that spot where you can see the fibrousness of the material. So I'll have to ask my friend who recommended me this spot if this stuff is local or if this is some kind of glacial material. And then I found these two. These came off of the same rock. Some nice pyrite specimens. This one's a bit of damage already, and then this one by seeing what was this one there, I cleaned up the rock and saw that this guy is there, and this guy's nice and whole. So another nice specimen. But yeah, this spot seems very interesting, so I'll keep you guys updated if I see anything else that's very interesting. I have been looking around, and I came across this. Look at this. This is a giant green schist boulder just full of magnetite. You can just see all the black magnetite crystals in there, and it looks like somebody has been here before. So I might take a couple whacks and see if I can peel off a couple sheets and see if I can find any nice big whole ones. But yeah, this is pretty cool. You can see all the very large, well, not large, but like all of them. You can see those black shiny little diamond shaped crystals. It's pretty cool. I want to show you guys something cool. I hope the camera can pick it up. If you see there, my finger is pointing, so where the rock is, you see, I hope you can kind of see that shine off of it. That's a whole bunch of mica schist, like a huge amount. And like that's what they're quarrying out, and it looks like they're doing it for like gravel and maybe some kind of like soil material as well. But you can see, just hope, or I hope you can at least see the shine, the sun reflecting off of the mica schist wall back there. So starting off, I might as well show you the largest piece I decided to take home. It's just a nice large lump of green mica schist that has a bunch of the octahedral magnetite crystals in there, and actually it's not great, but you can see how the magnet sticks to it. It's not that strong because these are they're all spaced out, so it's not super concentrated, but you can see how the magnet sticks to the specimen, indicating that the magnetite in the specimen itself is magnetic. And I don't know what I have planned for this guy, if I'm going to keep him as is or kind of try and split him open. I'm thinking maybe in the future, if I get some like cleaning tools that can do like sandblasting or something, maybe I can figure out a way to like sandblast the specimen, and hopefully the hardness of magnetite versus the softness of mica is great enough that the magnetite is unaffected, but the mica gets kind of blasted away, and then it expose more nice magnetite crystals. So maybe that's a future plan, who knows. Up next we have this big guy. This was one of the guys I kind of split open. No, this guy was already split open, and I just took him because I saw there was a bunch of lovely, you can see all those lovely octahedral magnetite crystals in there. So I thought it was a nice large example. So here are a couple of the nicer specimens. You can see the really well formed crystals there. Up there, there's like 3 of them. So that'll be a nice display specimen. It's hard to get this to focus properly because the camera has issues focusing on stuff that are super shiny and super black. So it's hard to get the camera to focus nicely on the crystals, as you can see. Here's another piece. This one's kind of cool because you get the mica schist, and then it transitions into a quartz vein. And then sitting right in the mica schist is a nice sized magnetite octahedral with a smaller one below. So this will be a nice thumbnail specimen to put in a display case. Here's another great piece. You can see all the really nice formed magnetite crystals in the quartzy mica schist. Some of this mica schist is almost starting to kind of, it's like right on the edge of where you might consider it nice, kind of where it's metamorphized. And actually, speaking of that, I'll post an interesting little picture kind of showing like the metamorphosis of like a kind of like a sedimentary rock into certain stages, and along the way it goes from like a mica schist to gneiss and stuff like that. So I'll post that up there, and you're probably seeing it right now as I'm speaking, and that'll be very interesting to see, because that shows a really good example of basically metamorphosis of another type of rock, whether it be sedimentary, igneous, or even other metamorphic rock into another type of metamorphic rock. Speaking of metamorphic, here's another great example of a piece that is still mica schist with just some veins of quartz, but it's kind of like right on the edge where you might consider it a kind of like a gneiss type rock. And this is another example with some nice octahedrals of magnetite. What I also found on this trip in not the green mica schist, but a kind of like a silvery mica schist, was pyrite. And you can see a cube of pyrite here, and then kind of a vein of more fresh, less oxidized pyrite. And then here's another example of another cube with just a little damage on the back, but it's a nice cube of pyrite. Some of the other rocks that weren't or at least I believe not from there naturally, what I would consider rocks that were brought down by glaciers, are some interesting rocks. This one is interesting because it really looks kind of serpentine-ish. It's got that kind of green, fibrous serpentine look that you can find on some serpentines. So I don't know if that's a local rock or if that's some other some glacial kind of thing. Here's an interesting one. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like some kind of green rock, maybe chlorite or serpentine or something, and it's got some really interesting kind of like brown spider webbing. And then last but not least, I've got this interesting kind of conglomerate. You can see here we got like some kind of red quartzite and some like other smaller white quartzites and some kind of green kind of grainy matrix. So maybe it's kind of like gorgonantillite, which is itself a polymicite, which is a type of conglomerate. Maybe this is another type of polymicite, but it wouldn't be gorgonantillite because it's not in the right range. It would be some kind of conglomerate from like northern Quebec. If you like this type of content, you like either mineral collecting, kind of rock hounding or lapidary related content, or even arrowhead hunting content, which I also do, and I post on the channel about from time to time, usually in like the spring and fall times when I have access to fields. But if you like any of that type of content, please do consider subscribing and liking if you haven't already. I thank you for watching this far in the video, and please actually let me know down in the comments which your favorite piece was, or part of the video was, either one or both, if you're feeling inclined. And I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.